Joining me right now is Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff Mark Lamb. Sheriff Lamb, thanks very much for joining us. Please tell us how you see things on the ground. You are there in Pinal County, and we want to know what you're seeing as a result of this wide open border.
Yeah, good morning, Maria. Thanks for having me on. You know, the Yuma sector and what I'm in is the Tucson sector are very different. The majority of what you get in the Yuma sector are people coming in, claiming asylum. They walk around the fence. Some of them even Uber over to the Border Patrol building. In the Tucson sector, what you get are people that are trying to get away from us all the time. It is not surprising to me at all that they caught 100 people that were convicted felons. Imagine how many they're catching in that we might be missing actually in the Tucson sector, where military-age men are trying to avoid us every day. They run from us in cars. They try to hide in the desert. Everybody that we catch in the Tucson sector makes it hard on us. And the reason is because the majority of them may have a criminal history, whether it's in their country or, more importantly, in our country.
Well, what is this doing to Pinal County, to sort of life on the ground in these border counties? I know CBP officers in Texas seized $2.1 million worth of liquid meth found hidden in a car earlier this week. And then in Arizona, another car stuffed with drugs was found. Officers found 11 pounds of heroin, 89 pounds of meth, and a stunning 320,000 fentanyl pills, all hidden in places like the car's gas tank. I mean, how sick is this, Sheriff, and what is it doing in terms of the impact on the ground, the dangers of these discoveries?
Oh, this is destroying America, and we're not immune from that in my county. Even though we're a pass-through county, the amount of fentanyl pills that we stop alone, I mean, we went from 200,000 pills in 2020 to 1.2 million pills that we seized in 2021 just at my sheriff's office. So we're feeling the effects of the methamphetamine, the fentanyl that's come in. We're seeing a rise in I don't even call them overdoses anymore. I call them poisonings. We're seeing a rise in the poisonings from these drugs that are happening to our American citizens every day. Fortunately for us, we go after the cartels and these guys pretty hard. And our intel and our informants tell us they do the best they can to avoid Pinal County because we are so proactive in going after them. But I shudder to think about the amount of drugs that make it through, Maria, that we don't catch, that make it all the way throughout America, that are affecting American families every day, that our mainstream media, for the most part, and our politicians in Washington, D.C. refuse to even acknowledge.
I mean, it's just incredible. $2 million in liquid meth at the Texas-Mexican border. The fentanyl. I mean, this is a crisis. Shouldn't our administration, the leadership of America, push Xi Jinping on this? Find out why they're pushing all this fentanyl into America, why COVID killed 1 million people. How did it start? I mean, your sources say that the cartels are avoiding trafficking drugs and migrants through Pinal County because the sheriff's office is actually pursuing smugglers. You say that the cartels are making $5,000 to $10,000 per migrant. Sheriff, we know the numbers. They're taking home $200 million a week. And they're charging up to $50,000 for anybody wanting to come from China. And China's doing it. They're coming in with fentanyl in the cars. And yet we're not hearing Joe Biden mention this at all.
I can hear the frustration in your voice, Maria. Imagine how frustrated we are right there on the border as we see this happen. And then you actually have media outlets that will try to tell the American people that this is a made-up crisis, that it's not truly happening. Now you're starting to see mayors like Bowser and Adams in New York. They're starting to feel it. And now all of a sudden they're crying about migrants showing up into their communities. Well, guess what? We've been dealing with this for a long time in Arizona and Texas and along the border. And this is an American issue. I don't know why they're not pushing back against China either. And we know that's where a lot of the drugs are being, or at least originating from, coming into Mexico, and then the cartels are pushing them across. And like you said, they're making more money now off of bodies, which we call bodies. These are the people being trafficked by the cartels into this country. They're raping the women, using the children as pawns, extorting the men. And like you said, they're making unprecedented amounts of money off of that trafficking that our government's policies or failure of policies is opening the door for.
Wow. Well, the Republicans claim that they are going to move to impeach Mayorkas. So we'll see how this plays out. Sheriff, thanks very much for being here with the sad reality of life on the ground. Mark Lamb joining us this morning in Pinal County, Arizona.